so it's a perfect example of reaching into another, trying on a costume for a little while, and you don't want to be that person all the time, but you might, maybe the shoes stay.
Everything I do artistically is an expression of my ideals, not to seek popularity. Is that a true statement for you?
No.
Okay. Honesty. It's like good.
That sounds great, but
Yeah.
yeah, I always have this weird, I don't have a lot of like selling out feelings about very many people. I don't usually, there's very few people that I'm like, he sold out, like whatever. That doesn't generally bother me that much.
Yeah.
And part of it, like for me, I really believe in the work that I'm making, and I spend a lot of time on it. Like it, and there's a lot of easier things I could do with my time that would be a lot more rewarding financially.
Gratifying, right?
Yeah, in certain ways, right? Yeah. Like there was a job that just came up that was a really cool job, and I had some friends. I had maybe some I probably wouldn't have got it, but I maybe had some qualifications that I could have applied. And I had some friends that were like, "Are you going to apply for this job?" And I was like, "No, like, I can't do a full-time job. Like, I'm not looking for a full-time job because I've carved out this space in my life for these few projects that I have going all the time." Pardon me. And it was just one of those reminders that this is a continual sacrifice that I'm making to do this at this time in my life. So I say that because I give a lot for my art and to make it. So it seems crazy to me that I wouldn't want it to be heard by as many people as possible.
Yeah.
A, because of the connection thing. B, because I want to actually make like a real full-length album.
Yeah.
And I know that to do the album I want to do, just to pay other musicians to play on it and do it legit, is like up to around $15,000, and I have like $0,000.
So you have to get to 15,000, and how do you get there? Right?
Yeah, and how do you get there? Like I just want to be selling enough music so that I can keep making music, because it's not free.
Yeah.
So if that means, so the place I wrestle with this exactly is cover videos on YouTube. So nobody knows my music if they haven't been to a show or whatever. So maybe I can get them to be interested in the other music I'm making if they like the cover I did of Arcade Fire's Creature Comfort or whatever it is, right? And I really try and pick songs that I feel like I can,
that you can perform for one, and that you like relate to, or at least
somehow relate to, and not be like unless it was humorous, I'm not going to be doing like a Beyonce cover or something, probably.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to enough. I never listened to Lemonade even once, so I shouldn't say that. Maybe there's amazing songs that I should be covering.
There's good. I actually really like that album, but I agree with you. It may not necessarily be in your wheelhouse, right?
Yeah, and sometimes people will request a song from me, and I kind of said I'll do whatever you request at first, and then as pretty soon I was like, I will try and do, as long as I can make it work, I'll do it. But I just bring that up because that's kind of the one really clear example I can think of where I'm wrestling between that dichotomy of like trying to do things because I want people to hear the music that I care about, but why would they care about it in the first place?
And there is definitely an obvious correlation between cover music and your own music, right?
Yeah.
In terms of getting your foot in the door, right, in that industry or that particular type of art. So like, as a YouTube influencer, if I want to make YouTube videos, you know what's a really common thing to do? Top 10 lists.
Right.
Everybody wants to see top 10 lists.
Right.
But is that the kind of content I want to make? Not necessarily, right? So you have to, like you said, you have to decide how much of that type of content are you willing to make within your own voice.
Yeah.
Or as a painter, how much do I want to do that is landscapes and abstract versus portraiture?
Yeah.
So there is definitely a point where you have to sell out, but not sell out in the sense that you lose your ideals.
No, I mean, you can look at it as selling out, but you can also look at it as relating to people. So
Yeah.
in the same way that you try and understand someone's background and culture or whatever to be able to relate to them,
Yeah.
I think culturally you're doing the same thing. You're like, it's a give and take, right? So it's like, I'm going to do a version of this song that a lot of people like, that they might like to see this song in a different light or something, right?
100%.
And part of that is getting to understand. Sometimes it's about pulling that song apart and understanding why people like that song, or what is it in that song that's, and you hear it in this crazy way with a beat and you never even hear the lyrics, and then you break it down and strip it down. It's actually a beautiful song with these intense lyrics, and you can do something with it, right?
Yeah, because some people draw out the music, some people draw out the lyrics, and other people like just really identify with the artist, right?
Yeah. So I don't worry about it too much, because I think you earn the right to be heard. All things I would like to hit as an artist. And he's a performer,
right?
Who doesn't take himself too seriously. Like, he does some silly, weird stuff, and whenever I am contemplating doing something silly or weird and I feel really awkward about it, I think of David Byrne.
Would David Byrne do this?
Yeah.